Ooh, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Lore Cave. I know I started a little bit early today, but, you know, I kind of just do what I want. How's it going? Today we're going to be working on the Lung Dragon again. The Chinese dragon model that I was working on last week. I was going to try to finish it over the weekend, but then ended up getting bit by the Lore Dragon 6.0 bug, and now I had to work on that all weekend. But I have a preview to show you guys for those of you guys who show up a little bit early. Hold on. Let's switch to our regular view. There we go. There we go. All right, so this is going to be Lore Dragon 6.0. Basically just, not really so much 6.0, but maybe like 5.0. Nah, definitely a 6.0. Yeah, because it's a totally different mesh. Going with a more hand-painted design here, so I could show that I could sculpt scales or I can paint them on depending on what style you want to go for. He's far from being done though. I'm trying a new workflow with this that I'm also going to be doing on the Lung Dragon that we're about to get back to work on, where the scales are going to be applied using the path tool in Substance Painter and some scale alphas that I found. I honestly cannot remember where I found them. I think they were Photoshop brushes. But basically what it is you take a layer of scales, let's say on the neck right here, and you can maneuver them however you need them to be maneuvered. Hang on. So like for this top layer, which one is that top layer? Or right here, this would be good too. We can change which direction the scales are facing and also have them very cleanly line up together like that. Yes, this path tool has been like one of my greatest saving graces, not only for scales, but for like just applying very straight, nice, clean lines. What's great about it too is that it not only allows us to draw along a path, but also erase. So if I want to like layer my scales like this so that they don't like just draw over each other, kind of like they're doing right here, I'm gonna have to fix that later. But like, let's see, right here, I have another path here that erases only on the scales. I had to make an alpha that is the exact same shape as the scales, and it's basically the exact same path duplicated, but the alpha is a solid white rather than a where is it? I gotta start naming these better. I think it's on this layer. Yeah, there we go. The regular alpha's just the outline of the scale. So I can erase along that exact same line if I want this to be like the top layer of the scales. So I don't have to go in here with like a tiny, tiny, tiny brush and then just like start erasing between the lines to get the perfect scales. This still takes a while, but it's way better than just brushing along until you get it right. Especially because these are outlines of scales and not like colored brushes. Of course, that might actually be better now that I think about it. I'll have to think more on that. But anyways, today we're not going to be working on this guy. I'm going to be working on him maybe this weekend. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. If I don't like these scales, I'm like, you know what? I don't want pointy scales anymore. I want round scales. I have other scale textures in here, or scale alphas in here. Like, so I don't want these scales anymore. I want, see, where's a round one? This one. Then you can tweak its size. Like, if I wanted to cover my body in these, I'd have to, of course, change all my paths. But yeah, I could switch all of these to this or something along those lines. Hey, Cosby, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Another thing I like about it is that it works just like the NURBS paths in Blender. So if I want to like take the pressure and make the pressure smaller, well, it's not doing it now, but it was doing it earlier. It would basically make it like squeeze it on certain parts of on certain vertices. Let's see. I don't think this path's actually doing anything. No, it's not. But anyways, really cool stuff. That's why I don't care how scumbag Adobe gets. I can't part with Substance Painter. I just can't. I just cannot part with Substance Painter. I know that they're scum. I know Adobe is scum. We hate them. We hate them. We hate them. But I need Substance Painter. I'm sorry. I need my drugs. But today we're going to be working on this guy. I did the exact same thing for the... Oh, yeah. Starfire landed on my head. Yeah, it's so nice. And it kind of turns texturing into like quasi-modeling, because I'm way better at modeling than I am at texturing. So like all of the stuff I've used on this model so far for texturing is paths and alphas. This one's going to be a lot more toon-like, which reminds me I need to apply the new toon shader that I bought the other day. Or I didn't buy it, I downloaded it, but this nice toon shader here. Love this thing. It's not going to be what it looks like in the final render, but it does give me a better... It allows me to use like opacity channels without having to go to like the base color to see what it's going to actually look like when we apply a toon shader in Unity. I can just do it here and keep the alpha on. So that's nice. It's like just a very simple toon shader. Thing is, you do have to also apply your own shading colors. I'm gonna add the shade or the shadow channel here. Go add the shadow channel, and then we're gonna have to go in here and like pick our shading color. Don't need those. And we do need to apply it to every area that has its own color on it, so otherwise they're all going to be purple shadows. Of course, it doesn't matter. Like once we export it, it's not going to matter, but because it doesn't bake the shadows in. I don't think. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Be cool if it did. Might give it a little more leverage if I did, or I'd get a lot more mileage out of it if it did. Okay, what about now? There we go. Goddamn. This is the same shit that happened last time. Ever since I started using Sonar for mixing my music and stuff, or mixing my streams, it's been one problem after another. I'm never watching a Stream Scheme video again, I swear to God. I swear at this point he's just looking for software, just like any software, and then just making reviews on it. Jeez. Well, I'm really appreciate that, because I had no way of knowing. I really appreciate that. Goddamn. I'm glad that you guys still came by to hang out, even though I'm just sitting here looking like I'm ignoring you. I'm just like, you guys jump in like, hey, Lore. Oh, God damn it. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But anyways, what I was saying is that I was using a alpha map, or a opacity map, to make it look like this, and it cut the poly count down in half. One of my viewers on Twitch recommended we do that, and it turned out really well. Music be carrying the whole stream. It is good music. Let's see. What was I gonna do next? I think I was gonna try to get one last layer of scales here to kind of complete the transition from belly to scale. And I couldn't quite decide if I wanted the scales to overlap over the top of the belly, or if I want the belly to overlap over the top of the scales. I ended up going with the scales on top with my other model. But I don't know. I guess we could try both, but before I do that, I'm gonna need to make an alpha that like erases this one's scales so that they don't overlap. Let me see. I do love my synthwave music. I do vibe with the synthwave. And it's also free. That's the best part about synthwave music. It's always free. So I need to take this and make this into, or not that one. This one? No. This one. And turn it into an alpha. All right, so this is what I did last time. I needed to make like a really quick alpha. Because the thing is like, I can't figure out where I downloaded these from exactly. I thought that I had the files somewhere, but I can't find them anywhere. I think I actually, what I did is I imported them as Photoshop brushes, and it separated the brush into its individual parts. So, you know, you have the alpha and then, you know, the data for it and all that. So there's not like a single PNG file that I downloaded that has the alpha on it. So I have to like, I got to jump through some hoops, unless there's a way to export this. Oh, there is. Oh. Well, good. I don't have to do backflips and shit. Drop by for the Dragon State for the Dragons and the Synthwave. Well, I appreciate your taste in music. I think we'll get along just fine. Nice. What are you talking about? Why won't it export? Okay, just when I figure out how to export resources, it refuses to do so. says there's a save error, and I don't know what that means. Okay, fine. I guess I will have to jump through a hoop or two. So be it. Whatever, it's fine. This is what I was gonna do anyway. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, if you ever get stuck in Substance Painter with an alpha that won't export, you can always just make a square plane in, let's see, make a square plane in Blender. Let's see, let's put Vignon over here in media. I don't know why Vignon's not making any sound now. Sag. Alright, and then we're gonna export this plane. Actually, I think I already have a plane I can import. Alright. I'm gonna make a new file, make it about the same resolution as we want for our thing, for our alpha. And it's just literally a plane. And we're gonna take that plane, we're gonna put on a fill layer with the dragon scale that we want as the base color. Turn off all other channels because we just want its color. So it should come out looking like this whenever we export it. And we'll go File, Export Textures. I'm going to export it to that folder I was trying to get to a minute ago. And we just need the base color to export. Neat. Okay. I'm going to open up Paint 3D because I don't have Photoshop. I don't use it. I wanted to use as few Adobe products as I could. CrossGem, huh? That's a good name. Whoops. There we go. Okay. That might be a problem. Here, let me get a line on. This is a really dumb software and I hate it, but also I don't want to use Substance Paint, or I don't want to use Photoshop. I think this will work. So basically what we're trying to do here is make a solid scale here so it can erase scales whenever we need it to. It was easier on the other scale because it was already like closed off. It was what's the word? Can't think of the word. Oh god, they use it in 3D printing. What, airtight, I guess? Whereas these are very clearly like drawn on. There we go. God damn it. Where's the break? Show yourself. Right here. Aha. There we go. And then we just kind of fill in these other gaps inside until it's pretty much entirely white. Cool. And then we save these. Let's see. Triple scale erase. And then we go back to Substance Painter. Alright, so we're going to put those scales right over the top. Which one's these? One of these is the correct scales. Which one is it? Jim got the same jacket as me. Kinda. Oh, here we go. Got it. We're gonna make a copy of this. We're just gonna duplicate it. We're just gonna move it straight. Whoops. Move it straight down. Until it fits, basically. Oops. The cool thing about this alpha is that it does fit together really nicely with itself. Kind of like a puzzle piece. Put a toes command in your own stream. I'm sure it'll be a huge hit. It's gonna be a little bit tricky getting around this arm, but this is the whole reason that we're drawing on our scales rather than just putting on a single texture and using UV tricks to get it to have as few seams, visible seams as possible. That's why we're drawing them on anyway. Damn. You know, truth be told, we might not need 3 layers all the way down. 2 layers might be enough for some of these. Because if we go 3 layers, it's gonna cut the belly off right there. Well, let's just see what it looks like right now, just real quick. If we were to take, we're just gonna copy this path, lap it right here, call it erase, and we're just gonna replace the alpha on that erase with the one we just made, and then make sure that it turns the grayscale all the way down to 0. Oh yeah, and also we gotta make sure that the belly layer is beneath the scales. Wait a minute. Wait, I fucked up. Hang on. That's not right. If we're going to be erasing the belly, we need to put that erase on the mask of the belly. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to copy that, go over to the mask of the belly, which it doesn't have one currently. We're going to paste that on. I'm going to turn the alpha into the erase alpha. Turn it to black. Thinking. Yeah, I think it's going to erase too much. I'm going to have to try something a little bit different. I mean, of course, as it is right now, just with the belly covering, overlapping the scales, I mean, it's not bad, but I think I can do better. Like, here, I'll show you another plan. Yeah, got another plan. Let's just get rid of this one right now. All right, so instead of moving it all the way down to like a whole new layer of scales, we can kind of put it in between right here. It's going to take a little more finagling to make it look just right, but I think we can do it. See? So they'll be kind of interlocked on top of each other. And we'll probably just put another one right there. God, this guy goes on forever. This is what I get for wanting to make a Shenron dragon. I couldn't have just made a Haku from fucking Spirited Away. I had to make a Shenron or a Kaido that's 2 friggin' miles long. Well, I hope I can entertain you, sir. What? We are definitely making magic today. Oh, I guess I got past the legs and I didn't even realize it. Actually, don't think I need this one. And to kind of shift all of it over just a little bit, whoops, you just got to take the one that's at the very front and just kind of move it down. Let's try that. What I can do is I can group these layers, actually. And then on that, Put a black mask. Not a black mask. White mask. Change the alpha to the erase alpha. There we go. So now these scales will overlap. Our belly rather than the belly overlapping scales. Which I can't honestly decide if that's better or worse. I think it looks pretty good, but I don't know. And also, it doesn't quite overlap all the way down. I guess if I make it slightly bigger, I can make the belly parts slightly bigger, then I think I can make it work. Not entirely sure what this layer is even doing right here. Let me see. Apparently nothing. Oh, I remember now. It's okay. I just have to kind of duplicate it to make sure that the opacity goes all the way through, because some parts of this, whenever I turn down the pressure, it also kind of made the opacity go down a little bit. But if you just put duplicates down, it'll eventually go back up to size. Actually, this is the output. That would be this one. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, I'm just gonna delete this and just kind of start over on the belly just a little bit. Let's make these slightly larger. Like just barely larger, like 3.6. Just to a point where they're all like mostly covered at the edges by scales. So something like that. Yes. Okay. Not quite. That definitely helped in some spots. There we go. Let's try... Oh, this one's even smaller. Let's go 2.6. $2.7. And let's do that same thing for this last bit right here. Go 2.7. Take that pressure and boost it up a little bit. Then move it straight down. That should almost do it. This one right here. No matter how much finagling I have to do with this, it's still going to be better than drawing all of these circles by hand. That is a fact. And then outlining these would have also been a pain because it's so huge. I don't know if Vignon's making any sound for you guys. It might not be, but I'm not really sure why. It is definitely not for me. Okay. So in order to get the colors here, or to get the outlines, we're just going to duplicate this entire layer. I'm going to change our color to black. And we're going to set the shape of the alpha that we used for this from a solid square to, or actually, it is still going to be a solid square, but it's going to appear underneath it. And we just want it to have its outlines on the outside. Change that edge width. You what? Where is it? Oh, yeah. That's right. Changing the actual size of the alpha, be 0.5. Oops. See, that starts to slowly make the outline a little bit bigger. Just want them to be pretty much touching right there, so 0.51 should do it. At least for this layer. Nope, not quite. Let's go 0.52. 0.5. That's pretty dang close. Yeah. Then for the width, let's also just go 0.52. Stays consistent that way. And then we have to do that for all the different paths that we've put on here. Just a little bit more. What if I unround the corners a little bit? There. What else did we need? That takes care of a lot of it, but I think we need this layer specifically to be a little bit wider. So that size needs to come up to about maybe 2.8. Yeah. Yeah, that way it's completely flush. Yes. You're breaking me, man. You're breaking me. Let me see if this worked. Well, I can hear it a little bit now. There we go. Just had to switch it to a different channel. That's better. Yeah. Now we have sound. I gotta make sure these are in order. If the blue can't even fully reach it, then it's not even gonna matter. Okay. That. All right, and then we will take that, what we just put together, and we will duplicate it again, now that we're a little more confident in what it's going to look like. Put it right below. Again, change that color to black. Okay. Feeling much better about that one. Then now we have the scales pretty much overlapping right over the top. Perfect. Beautiful. Now to make sure that those colors pop, we have to take both of the layers and just duplicate them once, maybe twice, but I think once is enough. All right. What else? I guess now we start filling in the areas where the scales may be a little bit dirty here. Which really is just going to be me adjusting these paths a little bit. And probably just putting down like one individual scale at a time as needed. Oops. Hold up, I gotta pee. A 30-year-old man that drinks way too much water. Hang on. All right. Okay, I'm back. Ha! Sorry. Forgot to turn my mic back on. I am a fool. You all follow a fool. Whoops. Oops. How do you rotate it again? Was it control right? No? Let's see, control left, right? No. Control up, down? No, that doesn't do it. Let's see, control. One of these controls changes the angle of the brush. Is it shift right click? No. Alt right click? No. Alright, just Google it. Every time I forget a hotkey, I always try to fuck around until I find out. But honestly, you should just Google it. Painter. Rotate. Control left button. Okay. There we go, Jesus. What I need to do as well is like take this alpha, edit it so that there's only one scale, because I think this alpha only has like the triple. Like there's no singles. Which makes me really sad. See how much easier this was than having to just like stamp these on or do this. we might have one too many paths up here intersecting on each other. starting to get tiring, but I think we've just about got all the scales on the body done. I don't think we're gonna have a nice, beautiful wrap around the arms like we do on the body. Without some serious struggle. Or maybe I will. Or at least like a very pretty good wrap. Which I'll take pretty good. And then we can have like a under layer here that's kind of let me show you. Actually, wait. This will just kind of fill in some of these gaps. That's going to be good enough for me for now. Of course, you know, it might just be nicer just to leave it scaled over the top, honestly. At least in this one. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone for now. When it comes to the face, I think I just drew these on. I don't think I used the path, so I can just erase them. I think the face is going to need its own specific kind of texturing. I feel like I'm pretty well set on what I want for the face in terms of colors. Did I not bake new channels? We're just going to bake an ambient occlusion map real quick. Help guide us along our shading journey here that we're about to embark on. There. So that gives us at least a bit of shading here. Now we just need some textures for the face. Some inlines, basically. Just some hotcha lines and stuff. Just to make it look a little more drawn on. Turn off all the channels except for the base color and the outline color. Make them solid black. Yikes. Well, that's not good. Is it because the head is too small? No, the head's definitely not too small. Oh, it's because the model's too small. I was wondering, I was like, why is the 0.1 size here way too big? And it's because the the model itself is actually not that big. It's long as hell, but if you just were to take the head into account, it'd be very small for a model. VTubers tend to be. So to fix this, we're gonna have to go back to Blender, and we're gonna need to export this model much larger, just physically larger. I don't think this will fuck it up, but in case it does, I'm just gonna save real quick. And we'll find out. If all else fails, we can always draw the hatchel lines in Blender. I'd rather not. Why isn't it re-importing the mesh? I think I have to turn off strokes preservation, which there's a very good chance that it would fuck it up. How do you turn that off? Gotta see here. Okay, it's under project configuration. Oh man, I really hope this doesn't fuck up those scales. Okay, it doesn't look like it did. But it didn't seem to make a difference here. If I draw directly on here. Yeah, I don't know why. Are his textures just... What are the size of his textures? Did I make him 2K? No, he's 4K. He should, like, it should be to where I can draw really tiny lines on him. I don't understand why he's... Why is it so difficult? I should be able to draw really tiny details on him without having an issue. My other option would be to export these textures. Would be to export the textures. And try to make a new project with an even bigger model on it. I don't know. Maybe the models are literally just that big. Okay, there's some brush settings called size space. Let me try that. Size space, viewport. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what it was. The size space, if I set it to object, the object's fucking huge. So it's always going to be really big. So, but if I go viewport, it'll be as big, it'll be small depending on how close I get. I think texture might be more accurate. That way it doesn't matter where I zoom in or out, it's always going to be the right size. Or I guess viewport would be better because if I needed to brush across objects or across seams, it will be the same size. Okay. Okay. This is what we needed. We want our inlines to be a fairly consistent width, so we're probably going to go like maybe 4. No, 0.8. Yeah, that'll do it. So the reason that you would ever need inlines is with toon shaders, what tends to happen is if you don't have shading on it, let me turn the shading that we have on here off, you can't really see the details of his snout. You know, you can't see with the little bit of shadows that we have from our shader, yeah, you can see something, but you can't really fully make out what exactly you're looking at. And outlines only show you the outlines, the outside of things, but there's no inline. If you don't have inlines, you can't really see the details beyond the silhouette. It'd be like, look, yeah, it's just like looking at a silhouette. So to fix that, you have to add inlines to certain spots. This example of that would be something like that. Probably not the best. You're gonna have to, it takes a little bit of trial and error and just eyeballing it, artist's eye and whatnot. Trying to figure out where you want your inlines to be. Hey Dio, how's it going? Daggett, sorry I missed you. How's it going? Welcome in. Hang on. You see, all of a sudden, we have details in the nose. I think for the actual nose itself, though, I'll just... put that in myself. Just paint it in directly. Sometimes some of the shading's just best painted in. Shouldn't need any more scale brushes for a little while. Now I just need a brush with a little bit of softness or a angle to it. Something maybe calligraphic slightly. So we're using that ambient occlusion map to kind of guide where our shading should go, and then painting it in a toon shaded style. So we're trying to take the realistic shading that's already here and just applying some inlines and some drawn on shading where we need it. So like if we were to hide this, see how that shading is there. Yeah. Completely drawn on. And we wanted it to match this color relatively. Which reminds me, I need to change that. There. Wish I could zoom in just a little bit more to closer to his face, but like I said, this model's so big. Can't zoom in anymore. Yeah. There we go. That's better. I can get a little bit closer. Yeah, I think we said he had like 104 teeth total. Which I think is just dandy. I think we want him to have some somewhat sunken eyes. Yeah, then the little whiskers definitely get in the way. And he's just so goddamn big. Okay. Alright, I quit. Come back to the eyes in a sec. I should just be doing... Honestly, I need to be doing the inlines anyway. The inlines are going to help me decide where the shading needs to go, because this is going to be what... this is going to be what kind of determines what his skin texture is on his face. I'm not really going off of a reference here, so I'm kind of just going in blind. This is going to be difficult. I need to be able to see the swirl, but... yeah. Originally, this was going to be solid. So I didn't really think I needed to... I didn't really think I needed to draw any detail on it because I thought it was just going to be, you know, obvious by how it was modeled. Now I kind of want to remodel these without the swirl modeled in, just like a silhouette that I can draw on. Let's see, actually, do I have these unwrapped? That's not gonna work. Not a lot of foresight went into that. Not a ton of foresight there. That's okay. I think I'll figure that out later. I hate it. Hate it. Maybe use a little more wrinkle behind this eye here. Something like that, but much smaller. Kind of like an implied outline here. Yeah, that's better. Kind of gives them some subtle lips. Yes. It's very easy to overdo it on these inlines, but I feel like I pretty well nailed it. Adds a pretty decent amount of texture to his face. We're going to do the same thing here on the belly. Let's make these like 0.9 or 1. Very simple little thing, but it adds a lot. Adds a little bit of more depth. Makes it look a little less procedural. It is procedural. A lot of it is procedural, but we don't want it to look that way. Won't really need to do this on any inlines on the scales because I think they kind of came with their own inlines already attached. All we're going to need to do for the scales is add shading, which I'm still kind of brainstorming how I'm going to do that easiest. Because one idea is to basically copy all of the, like make a new alpha that has like one side of each scale, or like have the same alpha, but change, say like the top part of the scales like a different color, like have like this side be white while the rest of it's black, so it only adds the shine to the tip of the scale, or the shine maybe to the center of the scale. That's one idea. But I am still kind of toying around with that. I'm gonna start skipping a couple of these. This guy's like a centipede or millipede. I literally can't wait to make the trailer for this guy. I'm just gonna be like just advertise him as the longest VTuber model. You want to be the longest VTuber model ever made? Claim the Lore's Lung Dragon today. Become the world's longest VTuber. There might be some VTubers who are canonically longer, but when it comes in terms of design, this guy's definitely the longest VTuber, okay? There might be some people like, I'm as big as the universe. How about that? Well, okay, but your body is proportionally, you know, humanoid. My guy is very much not. So even if my guy was only like 200 feet long and yours was like the size of a fucking galaxy or whatever, mine is still the longest boy. You might be the biggest boy, but mine is definitely the longest boy. Proportionally. As far as I know, unless somebody else out there has made a VTuber model that's somehow longer than this, I've never seen it. Still kind of also debating whether I want to make this into a VRChat avatar too. It'd be easier to make into a VRChat avatar than a VTuber model. But he's just so... he is so long that I just don't know if he would be usable. I mean, I guess he'd be good as like a meme, but you couldn't take him to a party. You know, he's so long. He'd be so fucking huge. As a VTuber model, it works because I can curl him up. You know, I can coil him up kind of like Shenron, and it works. That's about as far as I care to go with those hutch. I wonder if coming in from the top is also going to be good. I should. I guess it depends if I'm... They're not overlapping each other, really. This would make it look like each of the plates are like pressing against each other, which could look kind of cute. I don't know. I think it's fine. chunk of empty space here. I think that I can just kind of use this to kind of imply the position of his nose, or like the shape of his snout. Yeah. I dig it. A little bit of hotch on his. Put my idea to the test here, and we're gonna see if we can apply some really quick shading to these scales. Now I'm wondering what do I want that to look like? Let me think. I'm gonna look at a couple of examples. With examples like Kaido, the way that his scales are drawn on are a little simple. His doesn't really have shading, they just have like other colors attached to them. We're going to try this in Paint. See if I can't use this kind of like as a template. It'd be easier to use Photoshop. I ain't got no Photoshop. Alright, so this is what the alpha looks like. So if I wanted to add like a color to the tips of the scales, do it? No. Make a thick marker, color it black, and just start something way thicker than that.
if I do it this way, these tips will be what is colored. Let me think. I want them to be thinner. I guess we can let's start thick because it'd be easier to cut it down than it would be to. It'd be easier to cut it down than it would be to add more to it. What's funny is this might actually be easier to modify in Substance Painter with like with just adding in a 3D plane and then coloring on it, because at least then I can use layers. If I can't make this look good like really fast, then I'm probably just gonna do that next. Alright, this should add a little bit extra color to it, but we're basically just going to do this as a bit of a test. I'll just call this triple scale tip color. Sure. Then we'll go back to Substance Painter. Import it as a resource. Neat. We're gonna let's do it as a test first. So we're gonna grab some of this. This one right here. I'm going to duplicate the whole layer and call it scale coloring. Then we're just going to go to all of the paths here. We'll start with the top one just to get a good look at it. And we're just going to change the alpha to this one. And then change the color to whatever we want. So if we want it to be like blue, we can make it blue. Just a different purple, honestly, would be pretty cool. Mess around with the color scheme a little bit. That looks pretty neat. I don't think that's going to work because of, you know, the fact that it's also the color of the belly. Maybe a darker color would be better. Just a different shade of purple. Just looking up like different scales, trying to figure out the best way to texture these. It does look kind of nice. Kinda. Of course, the other option, because I mean, really, all that's doing is kind of covering up the edges of the scale so you can't see their outline. It's basically changing the outline to this, like, this color here. So I guess the next thing I'd have to do is on the, if I'm going to keep working with that alpha, I need to erase the tips of it, basically, just to make sure that the outline still appears. Honestly, you want to know what? I have an even better idea. Let's just keep the outlines as they are, but add some very basic, like glimmer to it. Here's an example, like if we just take some red here. Something like this. And then we can apply a blur filter to kind of give it a little bit more of a glare look. Oh wait, before I do that, I gotta make sure that they come out white. There. So now we have this glare alpha in here. Let's throw that onto the path that we were working on. There. And then we can throw some filter on it. Good. I just think I need to move some of these over just a little bit on the alpha. Just a tad bit. And then maybe make them a little more pointier on their ends. That's what we needed. God, this thing's huge. It perplexes me every time. So we're going to chop off the edges here just a little bit on that alpha. Move these down a little bit. Much better. Marvelous. I'm not really sure what these other pads are for. Ah. This path is not doing anything. This one's for the tip of the tails. Put that right there. That should be good. Excellent. And just like that, we have shiny scales. All hand painted. Totally hand painted. And not at all procedural. Moderately hand painted. Mostly hand painted. Hand painted but pretend. Let's add some of this same shading color to the body. What's the color I used? We'll say body, but I meant face. Like the Joker, but in reverse. From the right. brush for this. I think anything I paint on will work as long as I add a filter to it. Yeah, that actually works. Actually, don't know if I need the filter. I don't know if the slightly blurred lighting is better or worse. I think because of how stylized he is, it might be better to go with like the solid specular rather than a soft specular like that. Yeah, no blur filter. Probably don't need a ton of specular on his head. Put maybe a couple more inlines because I'm addicted to inlines apparently. More inlines means more stylized. Just kidding, I made that up. I don't know, fam. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let's see what it looks like with a proper outline in Blender. All I need is the albedo. Don't need any of this other stuff. I guess it was fine. I need to attempt capacity. That would be nice to have. Alright, let's try it out in Blender. This probably might be the last thing we do today. It looks good. Oh man, I forgot. In order to get opacity to work in a tune shader here, we're gonna have to use a solid principal BSDF. Which sucks a little bit. Or at least with the tune shader that I use. It'll work in Unity once it's done, but right now it's just not gonna happen. That'll be good enough for now. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's put an outline on him. see how he looks with the outline on. Actually, let's do slider mode. Damn, thank you. Imagine that's a, I like it, damn, and not a, damn, that sucks. Making some strong assumptions there. Alright, I'm gonna take the teeth off of this. Actually, we don't want to do that. We just want to take the tips of the teeth. Well, even still, we need to select them all 104 of them. Not super important that we do this. Well, I guess it kind of is because we're gonna need this map for later. Just the way that I model my teeth with the single vertex tip can mess with normals like this.
And his teeth are almost as fucked up looking as mine. Alright, I'm gonna just leave the rest of these alone. Yeah, I might just end up remodeling these so that they're just a straight up silhouette and not like an actual loop like this. That might be better. That is one long fucking boy right there. But the scales turned out really nice. Pretty much seamless, almost. I'll probably come in here and add a couple of scales here or there just to make it seem more seamless. Seem more seamless. I hate the English language. Beautiful. Flippy. Don't. Get away. It's my cat desperate for my attention. You're gonna get it. Just give me a second. Almost done. All right, let's see what it looks like in the rendered state. I haven't smoothed his normals yet, which probably will do a lot of good here. And then, oh, there goes our playlist. Hang on. All right, we're gonna, let me apply the mirror modifier and then we'll texture him a little bit. Or not texture him, pose him. He's definitely long enough to pose now, I'll tell you what. Oh, he's not properly weight painted yet. Never mind. Okay, we can't do that today. I don't want to do that right now. That's gonna take a while. He was weight painted before, but then I ended up having to, whenever I extended him, because I wanted, he still wasn't long enough. I ended up having to add more bones and therefore mess up all the weight painting I did already. Yep. Sucks. Oh, I wonder if I could just take this select just the body, and just get like a really quick automatic weights thing going on here. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and reattach this. I could have swore that I extruded that straight from the mesh, but I guess I didn't. Alright, fine. I'll do it this way instead. Fuck it. I'm gonna do this some other time. I think this is gonna be a good enough spot to end for today. We got a pretty decent looking model here. Got his scales nice and textured. I think they came out pretty dang good. Kind of gave me a new workflow for painting scales on rather than sculpting them. So now I can show that I can either paint scales on for people, or I can sculpt them on like I did for myself. Anyways, guys, I think that'll be it for today. I'm gonna go make me some dinner and then get ready to go to the movies. Let's see, I'm gonna send you guys on a quick raid over on Twitch anyway. Let me see which of my Blender buddies is streaming. Looks like Kana's doing some 3D art stuff, so I'm going to send y'all to Kana. All right, everybody. I will see y'all probably tomorrow, actually. And I think I'll probably get back to work on this guy, get him nice and ready to go, at least ready to pose before we start adding on his face rig and stuff. So y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll maybe see you tomorrow, but Thursday for sure. Peace out.